What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today to hang out for a little while and play some Universim. I'm always stoked to have you guys here. Oh, we got new research up. Good. That's a great way to start out an episode. Let's go with the school. So if they learn, they can advance. Otherwise, it's just a constant loop of stupidity and violence. News headlines that looped in that matter would be awfully sad to see, wouldn't they? Yeah, that's pretty much the world that we live in, though. Let's go with ancient burial, though, because people are getting older and they are going to die, and we're going to need to dispose of the bodies one way or another. The other building that I would probably say we should build next is that I would make an eatery. I think an eatery is just, I think it's a good call. I think an eatery sounds like something we should have. And so there we go. We'll put it in an eatery, and we'll just have this thing kind of span out. Because people live over here, as you can tell, our water supply is getting hit a little bit hard. I think the next thing that we should probably do is we should probably put in a new well. I think a new well, or at least a new place where they can draw water from, is a great idea. And so I'm going to put that in right there so that people that live on this side of town, this also gives them an added incentive to live on this side of town. They build wherever they build. Really, you have no control over it. But we've gone from like nothing to actually a nice little city. We've gone from nothing to a nice little city. I think in today's episode we should be able to make it out the backside of the winter. And I think that'll be pretty swell once we get there. Unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to cook a whole lot right now. Although what I would do is let's maybe have a look and see if there's anything we can swap into when it's cold. Like, it looks like we need mountainous crops in order to make a lot of this stuff work. Try a manbro fruit. Wrong season. Diarrhea fruit. Wrong season. Wrong biome. Okay, so there's not a whole lot that we can do right here. You know, I wanted to get something that was going to... Oh, we have herbs, though. There's no grassland herbs, which is the downside. Without grassland herbs, I think we're going to struggle. I don't know where the mountain biome starts or where that's going to be at, but I assume that's areas where it has stone on the ground. And since we've got grass coverage right now, we're not going to be able to do much right there. Don't think we're going to be able to do much. As far as our research goes, we finished research. We've got ancient burial, or we've got twin possibilities, and we've got pump output. Let's go with pump output because I'm a fan of efficiency when it comes to water systems in games like SimCity and stuff like that. You got to make sure the water flows. The water infrastructure is always an important part of playing games like this and city skylines and things of that nature. So I don't think it's a terrible idea to jump on in there and do that. And in fact, that reminds me, I need to do a checkup on the City Skylines DLC that came out. The organic cities or whatever it is, the green cities. So they built a couple of houses over here. Ah, the ice has melted and now we are officially thawing out. Fantastic. As far as constructors go, I can't... Oh, good. Autosave works now that we have the archive in too. That's absolutely fantastic, and that's something I'm glad to see. That brings me a lot of joy. So let's get this place. They're growing bloody diarrhea fruit again. That's great. I would love to have some kind of... I don't know. We got the wrong biome over here. And so it takes twice as much water and produce half as much food if planted here. Just keep food going for right now. I think I will go for herbs, and we'll go for a second farmer pretty soon. We'll probably put another farm in over here just to make sure that we have that. The other thing that we can possibly do for public health and safety is we can go through and we can make a hospital. I think that's a pretty good plan. And actually, my suggestion with the hospital would be to put it somewhere where there's herbs. And so if we could put the hospital out like right there, that'd be great. It's a little overextended. We don't have any food being prepared here. We wanted to have somebody drop on in here. We've got laborers, so let's go ahead and we'll add a new person. And so the eating spots are empty. Now I'm going to turn that back on, and what he should do is he should go over to here, and and in fact he did because we had 10 food stored up right there. He should grab 4 food, and then people should be able to go over there and just get as much food as they want, I think. Like, they should be able to jump up in there and get themselves fed. Bloody diarrhea fruit's coming in, which is great once again. We're still working on the branding of that entire situation, but I think it's going to come around. I think it's going to come around, and I think it's going to be all right. As far as I know, I think I can tell them to harvest herbs, or I think once we've got a witch doctor, he should harvest herbs all on his own. I think it's important to prioritize... Ooh, water is being overdrawn. We are going to need... Adahi has gotten a nasty injury after falling. Well, Adahi probably ain't going to make it then. Adahi's going to have some real problems on their hand. Let's go ahead and we'll drop in another pump right there too, just to make sure that we got pumps going on. It becomes less efficient. My guess is that I put this building too far away from the source, and when you put it too far away from a water source, I think the water cost actively goes up. So the ancient burial research is done and is being implemented. We can go with education, or we can go with forecasting. I'm going to go with education because I think getting smart is a good idea. Having a smart, educated society is a great place to be in. We got herbs right there. I'm hoping the witch doctor will go get that done before too long. They're eating food over on this side, which is fantastic. Give them a nice little buff to their health and to how they're feeling and how things are looking. What is that little guy doing right there? What does that little folder mean? Is she our save? Ah. So maybe when it gets that little folder, she knows she has to go back over here and autosave for us or something like that. I don't really know what that symbol means. They've all got their own little emotes that pop up above their heads, and it's not the ones that we're used to dealing with in life. Like, it's not, you know, you don't get the things that pop up every now and again that are like little eggplants and whatnot. Eggplant, water, water, smile. You know, they don't do it like that. So they're building this over here. They've got most of the parts in there, but the scaffoldings are going to take us a broke minute to get done. But that is in the middle of a very nice herb field, and so my thought is they should be able to get more than enough herbs to keep us alive for a long time from right there. When people get sick, all they'll have to do is come over to here, and they'll be in a solid position. And so my guess is what happened over here is I put in the second well. It's drawing 20 water for right now, and so water flow is going to be a little bit iffy for a while. We are indeed, but luckily we had the reservoir built, so it's not that big of a deal. When we have the bar hits blue, the marker will react in one of two ways. Temperature drop will freeze it, so it looks like the water can freeze inside of there. And then at the bottom, it looks like there's some kind of bubbly thing going on too. Ambu becoming an adult is the dumbest thing he's ever done. It's true. I can tell the people that made this game don't have a lot of respect for adult life, but neither do I. Neither do I. I think the human beings as a species, we've prioritized for too long, like, oh, I am an adult. You know, like back in the 1960s and 70s and stuff, you were an adult and you weren't allowed to, like, enjoy anything anymore, you know what I mean? Like, people that had model train collections and stuff in their basement were considered weird. And, like, I like the fact that I live in a generation right now where it's perfectly okay to be into Star Wars and collect action figures and read comic books, even though you're, like, 30 years old, 40 years old, and play D&D. I'm not a fan of this whole, like, you know, I'm not a fan of the whole "why don't you grow up" thing. That's a bullshit sentiment, and I don't support that at all. The damn it research is done, so that'll increase our water piping abilities. Mortar and pestles will allow us to prepare things a little bit better. Nugget lunch break speed will be faster. Let's go for nugget movement speed. It's going to take a little while to get that research done, but them being able to move around a little bit faster will be good too, just in case they get themselves injured and messed up. We have graveyards now, so I think it's a pretty good idea as far as our civics go to get ourselves a funeral pyre. I don't know what that ring is, but my assumption is that when people die, it's probably going to be over here. So we'll build a funeral pyre. I'm actually going to put in like 2 of those. We'll put them in kind of differing areas where the circle gets covered a little bit better. And so we'll put a funeral pyre in basically wherever we can fix it. I don't really mind. Like, we'll put in a funeral pyre like over here maybe. Seems all right to me. It's grim business, but somebody got to do it. We still have our stone fields over here, which is fantastic. How much food are we storing up right now? So we've got fish and the local warehouse. How much raw food is being stored in the building? Good. And so this is how many fish are waiting to be gutted. Oh, he's got to come back and he's got to gut the fish. Gotcha. So he catches them, then he guts them. Perfect. Well, that's all I needed to know. We still got 18 food left over on that side. Water's looking a little bit iffy right now, but they're getting all taken care of. It's time to start complaining about the heat. We are done with the cold. It looks like summer has arrived. We got a bunch of builders over here trying to do their thing, and our little grouping is growing faster than we know what to do with it. All right, and with that said, we've got our witch doctor's hut all done. I don't know who's good at witch docting, but we should probably have somebody over here who's good at witch docting. Sort by health. I would say that we probably want, I don't know, let's have Yumha is in the process of mating right now. But once she gets done with that, she can kind of take care of some of our villagers and make sure they're not unhealthy. Over on this side, I don't know what she's doing, but what our witch doctor does is I'm pretty sure our witch doctor will go around, gather herbs. She'll bring the herbs back over to here, and then if we have herbs saved up, she converts them into medicine. And that'll make our lives a little bit easier. But I would have to watch this over here to make sure. So Yumha should be, yeah, she's going for herbs. Good. That's what I figured it was. And so that's why I built it within close proximity of some of the herbs that we're going to have going on. That is going to free up a bunch of our laborers to get our water supply taken care of. Because as of right now, this thing is draining out. We are hitting the bottom. There we go. Much better. So that should start to fill up a little bit better. Should start to fill up a little bit better. Oh, the water's actively evaporating right now, too, which is why our usage is so high. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. The game is taking into account some of those natural phenomena that annoy us in real life. There's some medicine right there getting converted over. Very, very cool. That's what I like to see. And so as people get injured, they'll come back over this way. As our population grows, I think it's a pretty smart idea. I'm going to work towards the mountains over here to get herbs too. But I think I'm going to make another farm as well. We've got a whole bunch of people that ain't really doing a whole lot. And I think it'd be a good idea maybe to... We've got a school right there. Okay. Yeah, let's make a school. Let's make a school. That sounds pretty good. This is our most populated area over here. So I'm thinking we squeeze a school in right there, and that'll be pretty nice. I'm going to try and keep as much construction going as possible along the way. I do have mending magic, which means that if we can find one of the people who's injured... I don't know if around here we have a list of our civilians, and indeed we do. Who's got the worst health right now? Adahi. Where is Adahi at? Take me to Adahi. So Adahi's right there. Does Adahi still have that injury? Like, how is that working? Seems to be alright. I don't think it's too much of a problem just yet. Married to Elu, which is cool. That's a fun little name. Elu sounds like somebody's name from like a sci-fi novel or something like that. I like that name. Footwear research is finished and is in effect. I haven't had research up and running now for a minute either. So we can go with forecasting. Let's go ahead and get that done. And with some of our secondaries here, we can increase our nuggets might by 5%. That's not really going to help that much. Instead, let's go with enhanced digging. That'll give us better well water capacity. So both of these wells will pop up to 6 pips. And I like that. I like that a lot. Water pump is doing its thing. Remaining water is looking pretty good. We haven't even begun to touch on this reservoir right here. And so whereas in the future we may have to come up with a solution, it shouldn't be too hard. What we'll do is we'll try to get our society to spread over this way. Once it spreads over this way, we'll set in some new reservoirs, which will take a little bit of the edge off. And then from there, we'll spread in this direction, and then we'll fill in this area, provided we play that long. I never know. I don't know. I never know how long we're going to be playing any series here on the channel. I also think now that we have a lot of buildings, it might not be the worst idea to assign a couple new engineers. We've got an engineer's hut, I think, over here. Is it engineer? Okay, yeah, it's right there. It's not Engifar. Alright, I think it's probably a good idea to put another one right here, just to give us better coverage on our engineering, so that we'll assign another engineer over there, and they'll be pretty cool. Came into the world in an inelegant way. Mortals are so gross. She's tired, and she is thirsty, so she's going to need to sleep pretty soon, and she's going to need to drink some water, so hopefully she goes and does that and doesn't work herself half to death, because that'd just be a shame. You know, I know the motto here at the Nerd Castle has always been work to live, live to work, but I'm trying to ease back up on that. When was our last save? So our autosave was right there. Let's go ahead and we will overwrite the fart save. Yep, to the fart save, which hides inside the fart cave. And we've still got plenty of water over here, like plenty of space. I'm thinking where the ground changes over here is where we can bury some herbs. That's my next thought. It might also be a good idea to get us another farm around here somewhere. This is going to be like an herb farm over here, and I think that's a pretty good plan too. And so now that we just have tons of... So we have a nasty injury right there, Yumho. So Yumho, if we watch Yumho, Yumho will more than likely go. And so Yumho's health actually is still pretty good. I don't know. Yumho looks alright to me. Yumho don't look like he's struggling, so hey, why hold him back, you know what I mean? I think we get another food farm over here. But we also want to think about maybe putting in an herb farm over there. We got ourselves a nice little whirlwind for right now. Looks like we've got a dust storm coming through. I don't know how that's going to affect things out here. It may affect things negatively, but we'll try to find out. Man, they got tons of kids. They're just spitting out kids like crazy. More power to you, you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of the process of breeding, so I'm not a hater. Some people are haters. There's 438,000 fish inside of there. That's pretty wild. It looks like that slightly froze over right there, which is problematic. That's still filling, which is great. Our water usage is still kind of right there on the edge, though. Kind of right there on the edge. Draining off water at an okay rate. I'm wondering if some of that has to do with the fact that the water's freezing. It affects your various water drawing processes. I think what I'll do is let's put in another pump. Yep, yet another pump. So there it is. Yet another pump. Just to take that up, I want a future-proof. I don't want to be stuck in a situation where we can't get stuff done. How are you guys doing on this building over here? Doesn't look like they got a whole lot of stone. They're trying to get it done, but good lord, this weather is just the worst. I'm hoping it goes away pretty soon, because if it don't, There we go. See, ask and ye shall receive. You just got to have a little bit of faith. That's the only way that this all works together. You just got to have a little bit of faith. Sounds good to me. Dew forecasting is done. What else we got going on? We can go with Nugget Mite. We can go with a stone refinery and a wood refinery. And we can also go with a warehouse. I'm going to go with a warehouse so that I can start centralizing some of our goods and making sure some of the things that we want are in spots where we need them. May or may not have died peacefully due to hunger in their sleep. We have plenty of food prepared, so I'm wondering if they just got stuck. That's the part that I'm a little bit concerned about, is I think maybe they just got stuck. Look at this thing grow. That would be one of those moments where a lesser YouTuber would say that's what she said. But I'm not that YouTuber. I'm not that YouTuber. That's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm not the one that's going to be spitting that out for you. So funeral pyre right there. Takes a little bit of wood to get it going, but, you know. We've got a couple on opposite sides of the city just in case. And we're actively growing food out again, which makes me incredibly happy, because if we don't get this food harvest done, I am going to be in the progress of being a massive bummer. And so the season's at an end. I'm pretty sure that's going to kill our plants. But it looks like we got the last harvest off right before everything went completely and totally wrong. I think. Hey, good. We've got somebody that's fallen in love. When they enter into a relationship, they'll build themselves a new hut, too. In fact, that's probably it right there. Yeah, there it is right there. That's cool. So we got an extra hut right there as well. That well is full. Everything's looking pretty good. We got a little bit of food sitting around. 39 food to get us through the winter. One thing that I'm wondering, the next time it rains, if we want to watch that right there. So our advanced digging got better, so our wells can fill up a little bit further. I'm also going to go with the advanced pulley system, just so we can keep the wells nice and stocked up for the future. They're doing the horizontal jiggle right there. And as you can see, we got ourselves a new pip on that side. Pretty badass stuff. Pretty badass stuff. I think kids grow up faster or something like that if you put them in a school. I don't remember what the exact changes that it makes, but it's been a while since I played last, and so we've got a prayer enclave. The hell is a prayer enclave? What have you done? Oh, people can pray to me over here? People can send over, powered by Prometheus, all your godly rights reserved. It's God mail. Yay, we've got God mail. So I guess they can, our people can email us somehow and be like, hey God, I know that you're busy right now, but can you please help me out? We got problems. And I'll be like, yes, my son, I shall helpest thou out. Chulu, go do your thing. I don't think we have extra room for a doctor for right now. We will need a school teacher pretty soon, though, and so we'll keep that nice and ready to go. They're building houses over on this side. We got 2 engineers just doing their thing. I'm probably going to focus on things that make us a little bit stronger pretty soon, too. Most of our buildings are over on this side that utilize objects. So we've got our eatery. We've got some of our other little things. So she's going in for amusement. That's great. She's going in to get her hair done. Fantastic. So what happened over here? So somebody went to work through an infected zone. Oh, yep, there's our illness cropping up. There is our illness cropping up. So they are going to need to go to the witch doctor. Yep, absolutely going to need to go to the witch doctor. So hopefully they go to the witch doctor and they get themselves all cured up. I don't know what the shit that is. Somebody died right there. Why is nobody cleaning that up right there? We definitely need the infected zone to go away. Why aren't they picking up the dead guy? I suppose that I can do it, and I can just move this fool over to here. Yeah, just kind of take this dead dude over here. Oh, he won't drop inside the building? Alright, we'll take him out where somebody doesn't go. Just in case. I mean, he already died over there. Oh, good. The spot cleaned up. Fantastic. That's really, really good. So, healing 2 people right there. Hopefully the witch doctor does a good job of it. We've got most of our spots locked right there. We've got refined materials and heavy lifting. I'm going to go for heavy lifting for right now so that people work faster, because the speed at which they work is almost always directly linked to their strength score. And so you want to make sure they got a strength score. As far as sick people go, I don't see too many more sick people, so the witch doctor is taking care of business. You definitely... Oh, we got pulley systems too, so the wells are getting a little bit better. We've got corpse disease, drinking water, bad water resistance. let's go with fish gutting a little bit faster. That sounds pretty good. So they finished off the pulley system, so now you will see that our wells are even better. Where did my wells go? Wells, where are you? There we go. So you will see that our wells are doing even better now with the advanced pulley system, because now they have room for 7 water, which is great. That's much better than 6 water. Dahi has died due to old age, and his job was given to somebody else. Let's go ahead and pass that on over. Ain't that the way it works? Where did this dude drop at? Where did this cat drop at? It looks to me as though... Oh, nope, they were just hugging. Never mind. I thought that she was carrying the dead guy, but nope. Adahi. Where is Adahi dead at? Did Adahi die inside the building? I don't see Adahi over here. I suppose I'll resume normal opera. Oh, they're taking the dead guy over right here. Well, there we go. Just put him in a giant spoon and take him away. That's right. It's the cuchara de muerte. Oh, cuchara grande de muerte. And so there it is. They'll take them over to here. And then what they'll do is they'll light the body on fire so that it doesn't spread disease and doesn't cause a problem like the last one did. And so there it is. Throw them into the fire, and it's all nice and done. We send them back to the ancestors. We send them back to the ancestors. Now would be a great time to figure out if there's anything else that we want to build around here. We've got engineers. I think another local business would probably not be the worst plan ever. I'll more than likely... Actually, let's just do another farm so that that's all nice and prepared by next season. I would put in another food farm right here. There we go. So that's a grassland farm. And then on this side, I would actually put in 2 farms. So the second farm that I would throw out here... Where are you, farms? I'm always losing my farms. There they are. This would be a mountain farm right here, and I think that's a really good idea. And then what we'll do to top that off is we'll put another eatery over here. Because we have an eatery way over there. What we'll do is we'll slide an eatery in right here so that people on this side can also get themselves taken care of. So that farm is being built. We've made it out to the other end of the season. In fact, I kind of wasted my time right there, but it's time for the big spring thaw. So down here in the bottom, I wanted an eatery. Where's my eatery at? Where to eatery, where to eatery, where to eatery at? We can put a warehouse right there, methinks. And then finally, we are going to go in. We got a forecast tower. It's hilarious. We'll put another eatery right here, just to make sure that people on this side of town don't get left out in the fast food festivities. There we go. And so they got lots of building projects to do right now. It's more than likely going to take them a little bit to get it done. And so what I think I'll do is I'll more than likely excuse myself from the episode right here while we wait for the building to happen. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of the Universim. I'm looking forward to playing the game further with all of you. Let me know what you think, and if you want to see more down below, extra likes and comments always help. They really do help the channel, so please don't underestimate that. I'll be very vocal about the stuff that you like. If you want to come visit me live, I would love to meet you. You can find me at twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming. And then other than that, I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. This is the Universim. Bye-bye, everybody.